Imagine for a moment the soul of Spain, a nation known for its fiery spirit, breathtaking landscapes, and centuries of history, a country where tradition meets modernity at every turn. And yet, beneath the vibrant culture, the food, the art, and the music lies another face. A quieter but powerful one, an institution that has safeguarded Spain's sovereignty, carried its values abroad, and stood as both a shield and a sword through the most turbulent chapters of its story, the Spanish Army. A force that embodies resilience, sacrifice, and adaptation. And today we dive deep into its world, revealing not just weapons and uniforms, but the human stories, the legacy, and the innovations that make it one of Europe's most respected militaries. So stay with me until the end, because what you are about to discover will reshape the way you think about armies, power, and national identity. The Spanish Army's roots stretch back to the very foundations of the nation, forged in the crucible of the Reconquista, where centuries of struggle against Moorish rule created not just a unified state, but an enduring martial tradition. And later in the 16th and 17th centuries, when the legendary Spanish Tercios earned their place in military history, feared across Europe for their discipline, bravery, and groundbreaking tactics that reshaped the battlefield. That tradition of innovation and fearlessness continues to echo, not as dusty memories, but as living values within the modern army, where every soldier carries an inheritance of courage and responsibility. Through wars, colonial campaigns, and a civil war that tore the country apart, Spain's army endured, sometimes reshaped, sometimes humbled, but never broken, evolving into a force that could both fight and rebuild, a force that has always been central to the story of Spain's survival and rebirth. In the modern era, following Spain's transformation from dictatorship to democracy, the army underwent one of its most profound evolutions, transitioning to an all-volunteer professional force in 2001, shedding mass conscription in favor of a leaner but far more capable structure that prizes quality, discipline, and specialization over sheer numbers, making it one of Europe's most efficient modern armies. Today, its structure is built around powerful brigades, each tailored for a specific role. Armored brigades with Leopard 2, E-Main. Battle tanks that dominate the battlefield with advanced firepower. Mechanized infantry supported by Ascod Pizarro, vehicles combining mobility and protection. Airborne units like the Parachute Brigade 6 that can deploy rapidly anywhere Spain or its allies need them. Mountain troops honed for the harshest conditions of the Pyrenees. And the famed Legion Brigade Rey Alfonso XIII, whose fierce traditions, rapid marching cadence, and unmatched spirit embody the ethos of Spanish martial pride. Yet the army is not defined by equipment alone. For while the SIAC 155 52nds, the Eurovamtac multi-purpose vehicle and fleets of helicopters give it firepower and mobility. What makes Spain's army formidable are its soldiers, men and women shaped by rigorous training at institutions like the General Military Academy where discipline, leadership, and a sense of honor are instilled until they are second nature. These soldiers embody values of loyalty, courage, and service, and their impact is not confined to Spanish soil. They have been at the forefront of international missions peacekeeping in Bosnia and Kosovo, counterinsurgency in Afghanistan, stabilization in Lebanon, and security in Mali, where Spanish troops have built reputations for professionalism, humanity, and reliability, often winning the respect of local populations as well as their allies. They clear landmines, protect convoys, patrol volatile zones, and provide humanitarian aid, demonstrating that Spain's army is not only a fighting force, but also a force for peace and stability. Within NATO, they strengthen collective defense in Eastern Europe, sending battle groups to the Baltics, while also defending Spain's vital position as NATO's southern flank, guarding the approaches through the Mediterranean. And at home, their importance is just as visible, for the army is often the first responder to national emergencies. Whether combating wildfires, delivering relief during floods, or supporting medical infrastructure during crises like the COVID-19 pandemic, reinforcing the idea that the Spanish soldier is not only a warrior, but also a guardian of the people. Their traditions run deep, with the iconic fast-paced parades of the Legion, the solemn oaths of allegiance to the flag, and ceremonies that honor fallen comrades, all reminding Spain of the enduring chain of service that binds generations of soldiers together. At the same time, the army does not cling only to history. It embraces the future, investing in advanced technologies, unmanned aerial systems, cyber defense, and joint European projects that will shape the next generation of warfare. From AI-driven logistics to satellite communication systems and robotics for support roles, the Spanish army is positioning itself not only to respond to today's threats, but to be ready for tomorrow's challenges. Understanding that warfare now extends into cyberspace, information, and even outer space. What stands out is the army's balance, a careful equilibrium between heritage and progress, between national duty and international cooperation, between the traditions of the past and the imperatives of the future. It is an army that may not match the largest militaries in sheer size, but it does not need to, because its strength is measured in professionalism, adaptability, and the trust it commands, both at home and abroad. Every Spanish soldier embodies this. From the armored crews training under the Castilian sun to the paratroopers leaping from aircraft, from mountain troops traversing snowbound peaks to engineers rebuilding after disasters. Their work represents not just defense but also the essence of Spain, proud, diverse, and forward-looking. And this is why the Spanish army matters, not only to Spain, but to Europe and the wider world, because it demonstrates how a nation can craft a military that is strong without arrogance, proud without aggression, and rooted in tradition while open to the future. It is a force that defends not only borders but values, carrying the story of Spain forward into an uncertain world. And as we draw this review to a close, remember that behind every tank, every parade, every mission, there is a soldier carrying the hopes of a nation, and behind every soldier, there is a family and a people who take pride in their service. That is what makes the Spanish army more than an institution. It makes it a reflection of Spain itself, strong yet humble, ancient yet modern, and always prepared to rise when called. And so, as you finish this journey with me and reflect on everything we've uncovered, let these words mark the conclusion of this documentary. Spanish Army. Spanish military documentary.